So now that Kingston has launched its new series of RAMs under the name of Fury, their flagship RAM, earlier known as the Predator, is now called Renegade. While it looks very much like the older version, it's pretty much the same RAM with the same quality and the same performance with just a few tweaks, which I will tell you more later in the video. So let's have a closer look at the RAM. It's an all black PCB and black aggressive armor looking heat spreader design with the new Kingston Fury logo bang in the center and the RGB light bar on its top. The heat spreader plate sturdily sandwiches the RAM and also has 4 wraparound metal supports over the RGB bar, which kind of gives it a very sturdy look, and it makes the RAM also more rigid and strong to handle. The RGB, of course, can be controlled by the motherboard software by using Kingston's Fury infrared sync technology, which basically means whatever colors that the motherboard has are in sync with the RAM, or that's what that technology does. Either that, or you can use Kingston's own RGB software called the Control. So let's talk about its certain features. First, it is XMP ready for Intel systems and ready for Ryzen systems. Basically, that means that you can run XMP profiles and DOCP profiles preset by the manufacturer Kingston themselves. So overclocking becomes a little bit easier for you. The RAM comes in different types of frequencies which are available to you to buy from the market, starting from 3000 megahertz all the way up to 4600 megahertz. It is also available in CAS latencies of CL15, CL16, CL18 and CL19. Again, this depends on which frequency of RAM that you buy. The higher you go, let's say for example, if you're buying the 4600 megahertz RAMs, you'll get CL19. So the one that we have for testing is the 16 GB kit, which is basically a single stick of 8 GB into 2, and that frequency of this particular RAM that we have is 4600 CL19, again, which means that the RAM can be overclocked to 4600, and yeah, basically your CPU and your motherboard should also allow you to do that. So you got to take care that when you're buying these RAMs, you have to make sure that your system supports that much frequencies. The RAM is available in modules of 8, 16, 32 single sticks, and if you want kits, so you get that as well in 16, 32, 64, 128 GB. The height of the RAM is 42.2 mm. That means it is a standard height. So you probably also need to consider if you're going to use an air cooler for your CPU so that the RAM sticks do not come in the way. And of course, the RAM has a lifetime warranty. Okay, so now I have installed this into our test bench, and let's check the performance using synthetic benchmarks and some gameplay at 2400 megahertz, 4000 megahertz and 4600 megahertz. So before we get into the benchmarks, let me talk more about the PC specifications that we have on our test bench. It is a Ryzen 9 5900X, the Asus X570 Dark Hero motherboard, 16 GB of Kingston Fury Renegade, of course, 1 TB of Gen 4 NVMe SSD, Asus Strix RTX 3080 Ti, and it's on a Windows 10 Pro build 19042 with a BIOS version of 3801 and GPU driver 471.41. So now let's get into the software benchmarks of it. The 3D Mark Time Spy score, which is at 1080p Extreme, it gives graphics score of 26,926 and CPU score of 11,066 at 2,400 megahertz. The same thing is going to be 27,048 graphics and 11,878 CPU score at 4,000 megahertz, and at 4,600 we get the graphics score at 26,927 and 11,694 on the CPU side. In Yuri Genie superposition benchmark at 1080p extreme, we're getting the score of 11,856 at 88 fps at 2400 megahertz, 11,842 at 88 fps at 4000 megahertz, and 11,819 at 88 fps at 4600 megahertz. So it really doesn't make much of a difference over there. Coming to Cinebench 4DR32 multi-core and single-core performance at 2400, you got 19,864. Single core is 1532, and at 4000 megahertz you're getting 21,073 multi-core and single core at 1,612, and at 4,600 you're getting multi-core score of 21,067 and single core at 1592. So not much difference between 4,000 and 4,600 over here as far as the Cinebench 4D score is concerned, but way better than 2400. Now coming to the games of it, we have tested 5 games: Shadow of the Tomb Raider, CSGO, Fortnite, Witcher 3 and GTA 5. Now at 2400 megahertz, which is your standard at all ultra presets of all the games, we're getting 167 fps in Shadow of the Tomb Raider. In CSGO we're getting 350 fps. In Fortnite we're getting 283 fps. Witcher 3 Ultra, which is a very demanding game, you get 184 fps, and GTA 5 again at 186 fps. Now at 4000 megahertz the game changes. At Shadow of the Tomb Raider you have 180 fps. CSGO 350 fps, not much change there. Fortnite you're getting 290 fps, slightly better. Witcher 3 you're getting 192 fps, again a bit better. And GTA 5 not much difference at 187 fps. Now bumping that to 4600, yes, things may look different. For Shadow of the Tomb Raider it's 188 fps. In CSGO it's 355 fps. At Fortnite it's 251 fps, so that is decreased. At Witcher 3 it's 150 fps, that is decreased as well. And in GTA 5 it's 186 fps. So pretty much not much difference in CSGO and GTA 5, but you can see there are some little differences here, and I think that could be probably because the more the frequency is, the more the voltage of the RAM is, and more the latency becomes. So that definitely does have an impact on FPS, so you really have to find the sweet spot. Anyway, so in conclusion, the Renegade performs flawlessly and gives a better performance when it comes to games, especially when using the XMP and DOCP profiles pretty much on the 4000 megahertz. Now the 16 GB kit that we have is perfect for gaming, and of course if you want you can add that and consider a 32 GB kit as well for, say, if you want more RAM space, or you want to stream, or you just probably need to have all your 4 RAM slots filled up. Okay, so yeah, moving on to so now that we are done talking about performance, let's take a look at the RGB of these RAMs and the Kingston control software. This software is available at the Microsoft Store, which makes it pretty much easy to download, and it's a hassle-free experience. So moving on to the control software. Alright, so now we are looking at the Fury Control RGB software. As you can see right in the front of the screen, we have this really nice UI design, and you can see the RAMs that are present into the system. In this system currently I'm having the 16 GB kit, 8 into 2 GB kit, and that's over here. You can see the Kingston Fury, the top and the bottom one. So I've got 2 RAMs installed, so it shows 2 RAMs, and it is also showing on the left hand side the effect, where I have right now set to Comet. As you can see over here, you can check it to bounce, where you have the bouncing effect of different colors. You have a default color, which is something of a pre-existing color pattern. You can just go for one color, where you just go for either red, orange, yellow, and green. So basically what happens is that once I click on a color here, say blue, the RAM's color already gets changed, so you don't have to press any apply button or anything like that. So you can also choose your colors as per the RGB values, and you can add a preset as well. You have 5 color options. So basically what you do is the RAMs themselves have 5 LED zones, so you can customize that. You can have, say, the first, select the red color, select red here, say red here, and you can see exactly what effect you're getting in the on the screen right now. And you can also change colors, play around a bit over here with yellow, and this is something that you can do the customization at each zones for each, I think, except for solid. No, yeah, you can do it for like pretty much everything. So we have breathing mode here, and you got the default color, which just breathes into all colors of the spectrum. You have single color here, but you can't do 5 color. In rainbow, there's just one mode. You have comet, where you have default color and 1 color, which is a single color. You can go for blue, you can go for green. You have blink effect, which again you have default color, which just cycles through all the colors. Then you have 1 color, and then you have 5 colors where you can again just customize what zones you want, and you can get that effect as well. Like I've done an effect of the Joker based theme here. Then you have solid, which you have default, which is red. You have 1 color, whatever you select. You've got 5 colors again with different zones. Over here you can see, and then you have a heartbeat, which sort of gives a blink like a heartbeat, and that again default color is what cycles through the color spectrum. And then you have 1 color and 5 color as per the zones. Again, this is pretty much how it will look like. Okay, so then you have, lastly, you have got the cycle, which is basically just breathes into, or just sort of fades into different colors. It's a pretty generic style of RGB, and you can obviously control the speed from low to fast, and you can also change the brightness of the LED as well. Now, going through all these effects, the effects may seem a little bit limited, but it's pretty much what every gamer or a generic user like me would want to sort of have that on the RAMs. Okay, so you have on the top right corner, you have something called as a profile menu, where you can add profiles, you can download, you can edit them, you can, I think, download them over here, and you can delete and apply as well. So that's that. You can just customize your profile and save it as a profile that you want to use. Then you have the setting button, which shows you what software release is there and whether you want the Kingston Fury control to start up when your system starts. And if you don't want the LED, then you can just switch it off. That's that for the Fury control. I just love the simplistic design that it has of in fact the user interface is quite nice and neat and minimalistic. Just love it. That's it for the Fury Renegade. We'd like to thank the Kingston team for sending us these RAM kits and to test them out. Thank you for watching this video. Please click on the subscribe button if you're new here, and like the video if you like it. Don't forget to share the video, and I look forward to meeting you in our next video.